Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Foodish Beauty. If you're new, my name is TJ and I upload weekly beauty and lifestyle videos. So if these are the videos you love to watch, then please don't forget to click that subscribe button and you would absolutely make my day. Now today I have a quick but hopefully very thorough review for you guys of another recently launched palette to the UK market, and I'm talking about the Urban Decay Moondust palette. It is now in the UK priced at £35, which I think is a great price, and inside you get 8 really foily and glittery shadows. So let's talk about packaging first. This does feel like acrylic type of plastic, very hard wearing plastic. The engraving and embossing of all of the letters as well as the texture on the case makes the entire thing very ethereal, looks like really good quality, and it just feels really nice, very fitting for the name indeed. Inside you get a good sized mirror as well as 8 different metallic glittery eyeshadows, are very bright and very foily. So without further delay, let's go through all of the shades individually. Swatches of each shade will be done separately, one using just my finger on unprimed skin, and then the other one will be using a flat shader brush on primed skin. So to start with, we have Spectre, which is a light pink with pink, silver as well as lilac glitters. This shade definitely is the lightest shade out of the palette, as well as having the least amount of pigment behind all the glitter. Second one along we have Element, which is a very warm toned copper that has quite a bit of gold, red as well as silver glitter running throughout it. It has a lot of different dimensions to it, and it has quite a bit of pigment as well. Next up is Magnetic. This is one of my favourite shades out of this palette, purely because I am so partial to a good purple, and this is a beautiful amethyst sort of jewel toned purple. As with the rest of the palette, all of these shades are very glittery and this was no exception. Last one in the final row we have Light Year, which is a vivid emerald green with quite a strong yellow undertone to it, but it also has quite a lot of silver violet glitter running throughout it, which makes it really multifaceted. This is also one of 2 shades that are exclusive to this palette, which makes it quite special. Moving on to the second row, the first shade we have is Granite, and this is a beautiful deep grey with tons and tons of silver as well as white gold shimmer throughout it. It's so stunning. If you're on a night out, this is the one you want to wear. Moving along we have Lithium, and this is yet another favourite shade of mine from the whole palette. I just adore this shade. I always love a good taupe, and this is a beautiful, stunning taupe with lots of white gold shimmer, and this is the shade I'm wearing right in the centre of my eyelids right now, and hopefully I'll have a tutorial of this look coming up very soon for you guys. Next one along is Vega. This is a navy blue with lots of violet shimmer throughout it. It's not as deep and dark and pigmented as it appears in the pan. Nevertheless, it is a very beautiful shimmery blue. Last but not least, we have Galaxy. This is the second of those 2 exclusive shades to this palette, and this is a gorgeous silvery blue-grey. The shimmers within it gives this shadow a stunning midnight blue finish, which sits on top of a greyish-black pigment base. So there is all the swatches taken care of. Formula-wise, if you've never used any of Urban Decay's Moondust eyeshadows, then this palette will probably take a little bit of getting used to. These shadows work very much like a pressed pigment in the way that you do need to work with either a flat shader brush, a short bristled flat shader brush, or just your fingertips, and they work best mixed with a fixing spray or laid on top of a sticky base. Every one of these shades are very glittery and very vivid, so if you're not into colour or if you're not into glittery eyeshadows, then this might not be your cup of tea. Needless to say, there are no matte shades in here, and therefore this is not a complete eyeshadow palette for travelling alone with, but if you want that pop of colour, then this is definitely the one to beat. Fallout wise, because of the loose textures of these eyeshadows, it is quite easy to get glitter all over your face, but don't be afraid. Have a fan brush and lots of translucent powder to hand, and then you can just dust off any fallen out particles after you've applied your eye makeup. Alternatively, you could apply your face makeup after your eye makeup is done. There is not a particularly dud shade in this palette. Each and every one of these shades has the same consistency, seem to have the same formula and perform the same on the skin. So if you like or dislike one of these shades in the palette, the chances are you will probably like or dislike the entire palette. My suggestion is definitely go into a shop or to the Urban Decay counter to swatch this palette, especially if you've not had any experience using the Moondust eyeshadows or any loose pigment. In conclusion, I would give Urban Decay's Moondust palette a solid 8 out of 10, even though it's not a complete palette in the way that it lacks any matte shades, but I think it's such a playful palette with all these vivid glittery shades inside. So if you're someone who loves a glittery smoky eye or someone who loves to experiment with vivid glittery shades, then this will be the perfect palette for you. So that marks the end of this review. I hope you really enjoyed it and also found it helpful. If you have, then please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And also please leave me a comment to let me know whether you have purchased this palette yourself or whether you're planning on buying it. I'd love to hear from you. Also, please do find me on all other social media platforms under the name Foodish Beauty so we can chat a little further about beauty, travel, fashion and food. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care and I'll see you next time. Bye!